Different television companies within the United Kingdom battle it out for the rights to show major sporting events from the FIFA World Cup to the Olympic Games. So today we will be looking at monopolies within sports television and the impact it has with audiences, advertising and other broadcasters. Within the United Kingdom there are four major television channels that battle it out to have the rights to show the major events. These channels are Sky Sports, BT, BBC and ITV, as these events will bring in millions of viewers, which lead to the broadcasters making profit from advertising and subscription fees.
So first we're going to Sky, who are owned by infamous billionaire Rupert Murdoch. These were the first major sporting platform to take the BBC's mantle in broadcasting sport in the UK. This came with a major spending power securing the Premier League rights, and that is still to this day their major selling point, along with the Masters of Formula 1, as these are all sports that contribute large audiences. T-Sport is a platform that is newer and owned by the parent company of British Telecom. The main selling points are fighting with the likes of UFC starman Conor McGregor always on, and the Champions League, which they won the rights to off Sky. This shows why they are Sky's main competitor, and the nature of them is a major threat to the domination of the sporting world, as BT can match Sky's major spending power. BBC used to be the main platform for sport, but recently audience numbers have dropped due to a lack of major events being broadcast there anymore. They struggle to replicate the financial power of Sky and BT due to being funded by the TV licence and not advertising or subscriptions. They have the selling points of the Olympics, tennis and the FA Cup, but these are constantly under threat due to their lack of funding coming in.
Audience numbers play a major part for these companies, from having an impact on subscription prices to how much the advertisers are willing to pay the broadcaster. Over the years, Sky Sports has spent billions of pounds on sporting events, which has forced them to dramatically increase subscription fees for its viewers, as the graph on the screen shows you. Audiences have had a major part to play in the rise and popularity of BT Sports. When BT Sports first came to the scene in 2013, many people thought the channel wouldn't last very long. BT Sports started as a cheap and affordable sports package that would only cost between £5 and £10. BT Sports then took the rights for the Champions League football from Sky Sports and ITV by paying a record-breaking £1.2 billion. The Champions League on ITV Sport would bring in millions of viewers, as it was on free-to-air television. UEFA became concerned about the viewing figures that BT were getting, which were far less than ITV, and UEFA was considering cancelling the contract, as this was having a major impact on sponsors and advertisers.
Demand is a major player in the monopoly of sports broadcasting, as it creates more money as subscriptions to services. Sky owes much of its funding to the demand of the Premier League, and so paid £4.5 billion to keep it on the screen. The BBC only paid £920 million for the rights to the Olympics, and this says the regularity of the event is only small, so a smaller amount is going to be paid. A lot of this is also owed to the retirement of star Usain Bolt, who, while active, brought a large amount of demand.
There are very clear ethical implications with TV sports rights. Sky, parent company to Sky Sports, over the years has won the rights to show a majority of the sports, mainly from the BBC. The actions of Sky Sports forced the BBC to get rid of the most of their sporting content, as they are only funded by the British public licence fee, compared to Sky Sports, who are funded by income from sponsors, advertising and audience subscription fees, making it impossible for the BBC to show popular sporting events like the Masters and F1.
The impact of money on sport has made it hollow, but it also leads to a bright future for sport, as more money in sport brings more viewership and therefore brings more subscriptions, and the economic imperative is met.